Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. To give you an idea of where we're at, we have this kiosk mode, and we're gonna do some more stuff with the look and feel of it later. But the idea of it is that this can just sit here and be available for somebody to take and scan their tag and find out what their balance is. Now, there's a few things we can do. Um, the first thing is that although we're not even really trying to pretend to be super secure with the RFID tags, the main security of the RFID tags is that we just don't allow people to just go online and change their balances and all that kind of stuff. Like if you're at a kiosk, there's no keyboard, so you scan your tag, but you can't really type in somebody else's thing. Now we may get into adding a pin to where you would have to type in your RFID thing plus like maybe on a numeric pad a pin or something like that, but we're not there right now. So basically there's a few things we can do. First thing we're going to do is, just for the heck of it, we are going to come to the code and we're just going to do a set of paragraph tags, and we're going to put align equals center. And so we're going to center this thing in here. And in fact, I think the best thing to do is to actually do this inside the form. So if I were to come here and center this, again, not very pretty, but align equals center, that's going to at least center that thing. Now we could mess with the classes and some of the other stuff, but we're gonna keep it right there. We're gonna keep it simple. Now the next thing is that I don't really like that you can see the number that's on the RFID thing. So what we're going to do, we're going to come to our code, and instead of doing input type equals text, we're going to do input type equals password. And we're not doing anything super secure here, but basically if we were to refresh the page, and I don't know that you'll be able to see it, but yeah, you can see there's just dots there instead of showing the actual RFID number. So okay, that's an improvement. Now the next thing is, picture that you have a balance of $100, and I think one of these has $100 on it somewhere. But like, let's say you're balling and you've got $3.50, and you're worried that somebody is going to shank you to steal your RFID balance. It could happen. You know, there's some rough places in the world, and so what we're going to do is we are going to have, and I said I wasn't going to do any JavaScript in this class, but basically JavaScript is the best way to accomplish what I want to accomplish. I want, after 5 seconds or maybe 7 seconds or something like that, I want this page to redirect. Now, how do we do that? So if you look up here, you can see that we have this thing, this error, which is what they call a get variable. And so we have the ability, if you're just at the plain page, you wouldn't have that error up there in the URL, but if you scan a tag, then all of a sudden, you know, that error is up there. So what we're going to do is we are going to come over to our PHP, and we are going to do a check. And so we're going to go to the bottom of the page. Now, so far we haven't done much at the bottom of the page, but we're going to open up our PHP tags, okay? And we're going to say error equal, actually let's say error, let's say message equals input get error. Okay, so if I were to just come in here and dump message, okay, we're going to dump message in several different views. So I'm going to come here, and right now with a message on the screen, if I dump this, oh, let's see, oh, dump message, gotta type it out. Okay, so if I refresh the page, I'm seeing that this variable that I made out of this is saying your balance is 350. And so input get error, it's telling me that right now the message up here is your balance is 350. And that's exactly what it says. So that makes sense. So if I were to come here and get rid of this and refresh the page, you see I have a string of just nothing. So two little quotation marks. So we can use that. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to write an if statement. And we're going to say if message not equals like this, okay? So we're saying if this message variable contains anything other than 2 equals, then we know that they've scanned a tag. Now, it could have even been like this and been nothing. It could be not found. But if it's anything other than this, we know that they found that somebody has done a search. So what we're going to do, we're going to close these PHP tags and we're going to write a little bit of JavaScript. We're going to write the simplest JavaScript that we can write, pretty much. So what we're going to do is we're going to type the word script and we're going to hit tab, and you'll see that it'll automatically open up a set of JavaScript tags. So you'll see that we're going to write one line of JavaScript, and we're going to write set timeout, okay, and then we're going to say in double quotes location dot href equals, and then what we want is this page here with nothing after it. So we are going to put this, and this is a little weird, we're going to put this in single quotes, and we're going to put checkbalance.php, and then this is again kind of weird, we're going to put a semicolon here. JavaScript is weird. You may hear that multiple times. And then we're going to put our double quotes. So what we have here is set timeout, and then location href basically is going to tell us that we're going to redirect the page to kiosk checkbalance.php, and then the only other thing we're going to do here is put a comma and 5,000 and then semicolon. And so what that's telling us, and I think I'm missing something, let's see, location href, so I have an extra double quotes here, right? I have an extra double quotes here. Get rid of this. And see, this is another thing where the code editor is super helpful, because I know this number shouldn't be green. So I was able to say, something's off. So I come here and I delete this. So location href equals kiosk checkbalance.php 5,000. So what are we doing here? We are telling it that if there's any kind of message displayed on the screen, whether it's not found or somebody's balance, then you're going to load this JavaScript. And this JavaScript is saying set timeout. Now, what's that mean? So it's going to look at the very end here and see 5,000. And 5,000 is milliseconds, so 1,000th of a second, which means that we're basically saying wait 5 seconds or 5,000 milliseconds, and then redirect the page to the regular kiosk checkbalance.php page. So I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna refresh the page. And if we sit here, we're going to see that in 5 seconds that the page goes away, that message goes away, which means if I take this thing and I scan the balance and I have this balance of 1250, I can sit there and say and know that like when I walk away from the thing, that my balance is going to go away, so nobody shanks me trying to get my $12.50 balance. So neat little feature, simple feature, one of the only bits of JavaScript we'll probably write early on in the project, but it's really the best way to make a true kiosk. So I will see you in the next video.